What is going on, painting company owners? Got Brandon from Painter Marketing Pros here with Lavin. It's an unusual occurrence on a Friday, but it is his 1-year birthday, and he insisted on being part of the live stream today. What's up, baby? So, Google My Business Profile Optimization is key for painting companies, and it's done wrong a lot. So first off, if you don't have a Google My Business profile, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, correct that. Get a Google My Business profile, because a lot of business comes in that way, especially with mobile searches. Some key things to optimizing it. Optimizing it means that you show up in the 3-pack, and that when clients are searching near your location and in your service areas, when potential prospects are looking for painters, that you pop up. Because you're going to get a lot of business that way. A lot of calls come through. A really high percentage of Google clicks come through Google My Business profile. I think it's somewhere in the vicinity of 35% of clicks from Google are coming through that 3-pack, that map pack. So how you get there is, first off, pick the right category. This seems ridiculously obvious, but it's not. So we've done a lot of research into, and by research you can literally go on Google and type Chicago painting company, Chicago painter, Nashville painter, painting company San Diego. So I like cities like that. Not the biggest. New York City is kind of its own animal, but bigger cities outside of New York tend to work well, and you can analyze the results. You can do this a lot. Is kind of an easy way to do sort of back of the envelope SEO if you don't have all the tools, and you can see what's their primary category listed. And then there are tools that we use where you can actually dive in and see if they've listed any other categories. But I'll tell you, for painting companies, the service, the type that tends to do the best as a primary category is painter, not painting, painter. And then the companies that excel don't select any other any other categories. So when the Google My Business info, you can select a primary category, and then you can select secondary categories, which is not the same as subcategories. Subcategories is fine. When you select painter, you'll be given the option of interior painting, exterior painting, kitchen cabinet painting, probably pressure washing. There are a bunch of options that will sort of pop up. Google will recommend as sub options. It's okay to choose those. If you do those, choose them. But don't add another category if you are a painting company. Now, if you're a construction company and painting is one of the things that you do, or you're a remodeling company, that's different. Then you're probably going to want to select multiple categories, and this part's not super relevant to you. But if you're a painting company, you're a residential or commercial painting company, select painter as your primary category, and do not select a secondary category. Photos. Make sure you have photos of all your work, right? Tons of photos. Google loves photos. And then don't only put the photos up, geotag them. So if you have photos, you can geotag them. Typically, if you're taking those photos on your phone, they should already be geotagged, unless you've turned that off. So some people have turned that option off. If you have turned it off, then go back and tag them, right, where you took the photos, because Google's going to read those geo coordinates, and Google looks at all that stuff. The bots look at all that stuff, and it helps. And it's that kind of technical stuff that's really easy to overlook. Make sure that you do not use a UPS or USPS PO box as your address. It's against Google's terms of service. You'll eventually potentially get flagged, and then you're going to have a real problem ranking. For hours, if you have people who can answer the phone after hours, if you're using some sort of phone service, that's set as 24 hours because Google likes that. Otherwise, if you're not going to answer the phone after a certain time, don't say that you're open after that time, because that won't be good. Those are kind of the main things. There's more to it, but the photos, make sure you have the photos. Make sure you're getting steady stream of reviews. This is not on profile. GMB optimization is off profile, but that you have to just have that built into your business model to get your GMB profile really ranking. Make sure you have that primary category selected. Be cognizant about your hours. Make sure your name, address, phone number, your NAP on your profile matches your NAP on your website, and that it matches across the rest of the internet directories. But again, that's off profile. So yeah, it's, Google My Business profile is not complicated, but there are a lot of ways to mess it up. So the one that I think most people most people don't realize is make sure your photos are geotagged. Make sure that they're labeled as well. So house painter, you know, Tampa house painter. You know, make sure you have photos saying all these things. St. Pete house painter, St. Pete, with the different variations with painter before and then painter after the geo-modified term, in this case St. Petersburg or Tampa. And then make sure that you're picking painter as your primary category and don't pick a secondary category. All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully that helps. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Brandon at paintermarketingpros.com.